Hey, so trying to grow a YouTube channel while working a full-time job. At first, it sounds doable, right? You just need to squeeze in some time here and there, maybe record a video after work or whenever you have the free time, edit on the weekends, and you're on your way to YouTube success. Yeah, nah. The reality is working a full-time job already drains most of your energy for the day, and by the time you clock out, your brain is fried. And then, instead of relaxing, you've got to come up with video ideas, scripting, filming, editing, and posting, all while making sure your content doesn't look like it was put together by a sleep-deprived zombie. And let's not forget the pressure. Your job expects you to be productive, your YouTube audience expects consistency and on top of the game, and your body expects you to sleep and rest. It's a lot. I often find myself staring at my computer screen after 10 p.m. trying to edit a video or think of my next content while my brain is begging me to rest. There were days when I questioned if all the effort was even worth it. But I knew I wasn't alone. A lot of creators juggle jobs, responsibilities, and YouTube dreams. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that this journey isn't just about time management. It's about mindset, discipline, and knowing when to take a break before you break. So in this video, I'll walk you through what I did, what worked, what didn't, and how I managed to hit 20,000 subscribers while working full-time, without completely losing my sanity. I still have some of it. Alright, so once you accept the reality that balancing a full-time job and YouTube is basically a game of survival, the next step is figuring out how to make it work without losing your mind. And for me, that came down to one thing: finding my flow. Now, when I first started, my approach to YouTube was chaotic, to say the least. I would film whenever I had energy, edit when I feel like it, and brainstorm ideas while waiting for my coffee to kick in. That strategy does not work. I quickly realized that if I wanted to stay consistent, I needed a system. One of the biggest game changers for me was time blocking. Instead of hoping I would find time to work on my channel, I scheduled it like an actual job. For example, I would block out 2 hours every night on weekdays for content, whether that was scripting, filming, or editing. Saturdays and Sundays were my catch-up day. If I needed to edit or batch create thumbnails, I would do it then. The key here to me is commitment. Treat your YouTube time the same way you treat your job, or better yet, treat it like it is your own business. Just like a job, if you waited to feel motivated before showing up to work, you would probably be fired. Now, you can't talk about time management without productivity tools and hacks. Productivity tools like Notion and Trello, I don't use any of them because I'm just one person. If I can't manage myself internally, then I don't need extra tools to make myself even more unmanageable. If you have a team though, then yes, you should think about using tools to make everyone in your team efficient. Another thing I like to do is I bulk record my videos, if I can, or I even bulk create my scripts whenever I'm in the zone. Just make sure to put your time to good use. Now, of course, not all tasks are created equal. When you have limited time, you need to focus on the most impactful activities. For YouTube, that means making videos instead of obsessing over minor details, improving content delivery instead of over-analyzing analytics every hour, and writing clear, engaging scripts instead of spending hours on the perfect thumbnail. It's easy to get caught up in everything. But if you try to do everything, you'll get nothing done. Okay, so sometimes no matter how well you plan your schedule, no matter how many productivity hacks you use, there will be days when you just don't feel like doing anything. Days when work drains you, when your videos aren't performing, when you start wondering, why am I even doing this? And this is going to sound cheesy, but this is where mindset matters. Because at the end of the day, your success on YouTube isn't just about how well you manage your time, it's about how well you manage your mind as well. When I first started, I would take every setback personally. A video flopped? I must not be good enough. I missed an upload. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But I trap myself with that kind of thinking. The creators who succeed aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who keep going despite the failures. And that's what having a growth mindset is all about. Seeing every challenge as an opportunity to learn rather than a reason to quit. Not getting views, analyze what worked, what didn't, and tweak your approach. Feeling stuck? Seek inspiration from other creators, but don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. I started seeing every obstacle as part of the process, and when you shift your mindset like that, setbacks don't feel like defeats. They feel like data you can use to improve. Now, naturally, stress is going to creep up on you because if you're juggling a full-time job and YouTube, you're going to feel it. What helped me was setting realistic expectations based on my situation. When I first started, I thought I had to post every single week to stay relevant. But some weeks, life happens. Works get crazy, unexpected things come up, and trying to force a video out just adds more stress to myself. So instead of aiming for perfection, I aimed for sustainability. I built a schedule that was challenging but doable so that I can take breaks without feeling guilty. Another thing that can help is disconnecting from YouTube analytics. Watching the numbers too much is mentally exhausting. Don't look at it for too long. The numbers will never make sense because it is always changing. Having said that, the biggest lesson I've learned by far is that YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. Growing a YouTube channel takes time, sometimes a lot of time. And if you expect instant results, you'll be disappointed. Sure, some manage to grow in a matter of weeks or months while you take years, but there's no point comparing unless you want to find a reason to quit YouTube. You know, there were moments when I felt stuck, when my growth plateaued for months, even if I was consistent, and it made me question if this was even worth it. But the reality is, every successful creator has gone through the same thing, but the difference is the ones who make it are the ones who don't quit when it gets hard. So if you're in that stage where things feel slow, where you're not seeing the results you want, just keep going. Because most people quit right before they would have started seeing real progress. Another thing you can do is leverage your work skills or your expertise. One of the biggest mistakes new creators make is thinking that YouTube is a completely separate world from their professional life. But your job is secretly training you to be a better content creator. You just have to know how to leverage those skills. When I first started YouTube, I didn't think my job had anything to do with it. But over time, I realized that a lot of the skills I used at work actually made me a better creator. My communication skills helped me structure my videos better. My problem-solving skills helped me troubleshoot analytics and editing issues. My project management skills helped me plan out my content creation. Even if your job has nothing to do with media or content, I guarantee you will have built up some skills that can give you an edge on YouTube. The great thing here is it works both ways as well. Because of YouTube, I have learned to explain ideas clearly and capture the audience's attention, making me better at mentoring and presentations. I also learned audience psychology, making me a better leader in my company because I can understand the needs of my team members and clients. Use what you already know to speed up your progress on YouTube and make it enjoyable. Another way to make content creation easier is to tap into your expertise. Most people think they need to be an expert to create valuable content, but your real life experience is just as valuable, sometimes even more. For example, if you're in finance, you can share money management tips for freelancers. If you're in tech, you can break down how AI tools can help content creators. You don't have to be a guru, just share what you know in a way that helps others. Some of the best YouTube channels were built by people who simply documented their journey in a field they already know or are walking on. Okay, you have made it this far, juggling a full-time job and growing your YouTube channel at the same time. But I have one more question for you. how do you sustain this long term without burning out? A lot of creators hit a wall because they push too hard, expect too much, and don't set themselves up for sustainable success. And from my experience, most channels don't grow on YouTube simply because they gave up before they even give their 100%. One of the biggest reasons for that is because they set unrealistic expectations. They think, if I don't hit 100,000 subscribers in a year, I am failing. But YouTube is not a get-rich-quick platform. It's a long game and you need to pace yourself according to your condition. The truth is, some videos will flop, that's normal. Growth won't always be linear, that's normal. You will have many moments where you feel stuck, that's also normal. The key is consistency over intensity. Instead of grinding out daily uploads for a month and burning out, find a realistic schedule that you can maintain for years. Instead of chasing viral success, focus on steady, meaningful progress. Think of YouTube like investing. It's not about quick gains, it's about compounding results over time. And if you're serious about long-term success, you need a strong support system. Surround yourself with fellow creators who get the struggle. People you can talk to about analytics, ideas, and motivation when things get tough. Sometimes reaching out to your own community in the comments section helps. If you're struggling, let them know. If you need their feedback, let them know. Bring them along with you and don't always be the one to lift them up. YouTube feels a lot less overwhelming when you have people to share the highs and lows with you. And finally, here's the part most creators ignore. Your mental and physical well-being matter. What's the point of hitting 100,000 subscribers if you're exhausted, miserable, and barely enjoying life? It's easy to get caught up in numbers, but at the end of the day, your happiness and health matter more than any subscriber count. Try different kinds of videos to have fun in creating content. Don't worry too much if it will flop. Nobody knows what the market wants. It is ever changing. So what you think the audience don't want could very well be what the audience wants. YouTube can be very bizarre. The video you least expect to work can end up going viral. I've come across that 3 times. So before I end this, I just want you to know that growth isn't about hustling 24/7. It's about pacing yourself, building connections, and making sure you actually enjoy the journey. I may not have achieved 20,000 subscribers as fast as others. Some took a year, some took 6 months, some took 3 months. But I'm not them, I'm me. My situation is different from everyone else's. My commitment is different from everyone else's. So how can I expect to be on the same page as them? I'm sure there are other aspects in life where I excel much more than them. But again, everyone has their own unique advantage. If you take nothing else from this video, just remember this. Success on YouTube isn't just about who works the hardest. It's about who lasts the longest. So be patient, stay consistent, and most importantly, take care of yourself. Alright, that's a wrap on this journey from 0 to 20,000 subscribers while working full-time. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments, and if you're on this journey as well, let me know in the comments too. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.